with small introduction functionality. But, I've thought this far, which I'm probably not going to do 24 hour.
Hello, and welcome back to a new video. My name's Neo. This is Nova Created. Today I'm going to be prepping for the challenge that I'm going to start tomorrow. And the challenge is pretty well that I'm going to paint for 24 hours straight. And to get everything ready, it's going to take me probably a solid 10 to 12 hours today of drawing. And alright, so let's switch over to that. So I don't have a ruler big enough to measure the entire vertical axis of this canvas, so I'm going to make use of masking tape and use that as a guideline to make my grid. So for any kind of drawing like this, I always start with a grid. They're just a great tool for geometry, and yeah, I obviously already have this formula set out. I've done lots of drawings like this on a smaller scale, but this one's a lot bigger, but I'm going to use the same formula and technique that I use for my smaller drawings. Alright, so there's my grid. It's by no means perfect, but I think it'll do just fine. And with that done, it's time to jump right into the drawing. So I decided I'm not going to film the entirety of this sketch, because if I do that, it's going to be an extra 12 hours of footage. So I'm just going to phase in different points of the sketching process so you can see it. So today is the day I start the 24-hour painting challenge. It's about 3 o'clock now, and my plan is to paint from this moment all the way till 3 o'clock on Sunday, tomorrow. And I decided to kind of add another dynamic to the challenge. I'm not going to eat for 24 hours as well, so it'll save me a lot of time of having to eat, and I can really focus that 24 hours on painting straight through. And yeah, that's the plan. That's what I'm gonna do, and we'll see how it goes. So just for context, that's a 40-minute sand timer that I'm flipping there, and that way you can follow along and see how much time this is all really taking me. I'm going to put some other visual elements and cues up on the screen to show that, but the sand timer will be a fun one to just watch as it goes down. So for coloring any kind of drawing or painting of this style, I usually default to starting with red because it's the first color of the spectrum. And my decision-making process for coloring just looks like taking a step back from the canvas, looking at my starting point, and then just making a decision on where to put the color. It's pretty much an improvisational process, and I just make it up as I go along. So you can see me counting there, and that's because when I do work like this, I like to put all the color down in one go rather than changing colors. So red's going to start in one place, and then I have to count a space between, and then red will start again, and I'm going to do that for all the colors. As I'm sure you can tell, there's a fair bit of inconsistent lighting in this video, and that's going to take place throughout the video, and my apologies for that. Actually have invested in better lighting since then. Shout out to Isaac for helping me out with that. And yeah, so videos after this, I'm going to have a lot more consistent lighting. So I've put down all the red on the canvas so far, and I realize that I'm 5 hours in, I put down all the red, then it's looking like I might not get all the colors in if I stay at this pace. So I'm really gonna try to dial in my speed, and I'm just gonna try to do as much painting as fast as possible. And I'm gonna try to get this whole canvas filled in. So yeah, roll the time lapse. Just for a bit of context, this is the actual speed of me painting. The time lapse is sped up very, very fast, so this is just for a visual idea of how long this is actually taking me. Alright, so all finished with the orange, and I'm on to the yellow. It's about 11:30, coming up on the midnight mark, and that took me about 3 and a bit hours to do all the orange. I'm gonna see if I can shave some time off for this next color. Alright, it's officially a couple hours into the next day, around 2:15 in the morning. It took me just under 3 hours to do that last color, so I'm just going to get on to this next one, and I seem to be on track to get all this color filled. Alright, so just finished the green and I'm going to move on to the blue. It's about 4:30 in the morning, officially over the 12-hour mark. I'm about 13 and a half hours in, and I'm just going to keep going, and yeah. And again, just for a bit of context, this is the real speed of me painting. It is a pretty slow process, honestly, so that's just to give you an idea of how fast in reality I'm actually painting. It's not very fast. It takes me quite a while to fill in these little areas. Obviously in the time lapse it looks like I'm just ripping through it, but that's not the case. Alright, so nearing the 17-hour mark, straight painting. Once I get to 18, it'll be 3/4 of the way through. There's only 6 hours left to go from 18. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty tired. Yeah, certain functionalities aren't working. It's a challenge. And pairing it with not eating anything is definitely more of a challenge than I anticipated it to be. I'm enjoying it, honestly. All right, back to painting. Oh, okay, well, it's 10 in the morning, 5 hours to go. This last 5 hours is like the hardest push, it feels like. But, you know, I've come this far. I've come within 5 hours of the finish. I think I should go outside and walk around for 10 minutes and get some fresh air, a little bit of exercise, and then I'll come back and I'll continue. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So just coming back from my walk, and yeah, feeling pretty exhausted and tired and finding it hard to motivate myself to continue painting. But you know, I'm so close to finishing and I only have a couple colors left, so I'm just gonna jump right in and finish this. Alright, so it's 1:30 in the afternoon. I have exactly 1.5 hours left of painting, and I'm super excited to be done with this. There's still some spots left over that I'm gonna have to choose color for, but that's for another day, and so is all the detail work. I'm probably not gonna do a 24-hour painting challenge for those time. Yeah, I'm gonna paint all this pink in there. That's it. Alright, roll the time lapse. Yeah, so these last clips, I'm sure you can tell I'm becoming a little bit delusional by the end of it. And yeah, that was the fun of it, and super happy I got to do this. And here's the last little bits of footage for the 24-hour painting challenge. Alright, wow, so that's it. 24 hours painting, non-stop, except for small breaks. Yeah, I think the total amount of time spent actually painting must be around 22 hours. Factoring in about an hour of breaks, an hour of, changing batteries, uploading memory cards, changing camera angles, and all that stuff. I'm super exhausted, and I'm ready to get some rest. Well, I need to call it a time, so thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the process. And yeah, I'm going to make a second part video where I do all the details and all the refinement on this piece, so stay tuned for that. So this video was definitely quite a gauntlet to produce. The whole ordeal of staying up for 24 hours while painting and not eating was definitely a pretty big challenge for me. As well as that, it was over 30 hours of footage and over 40-hour editing process. So if you like this type of content, I would super appreciate it if you left a thumbs up on the video and considered subscribing. Thanks so much to everyone watching, and until next time. 24 hours painting. It's a good memory. Be a good memory to have.